Once, there was an empire known as Rome. Who had the power to build the greatest of monuments. And the ability to tame the wildest of beasts. But we, the Mongols, will bring this realm down to its knees. Welcome, my soldiers, to a land like none you've ever seen before. Welcome to the new world. And also welcome to my viewers as well to the first ever, I believe, Mongols campaign, but playing as the Horde rather than a faction. This is a mod made by Arazeth. To be honest, I don't really understand how he did it, but he did it. And yeah, I'm really excited to play this. Really excited. I don't know how it's going to work, but apparently it does. Let's start. Here we can see here our finances. So to make money, we have to like exterminate or sack settlements, and we lose money by recruiting mercenaries. Like, you know, they of course cost upkeep and stuff, but our main army doesn't. Our objectives are very, very simple in this. All we have to do is capture the city of Rome. That's it. We just have to settle Rome, and that has to be our new homeland. That's the objective. Maybe if the views are good, I will continue and conquer Italy after that, but that's the main objective. On the way, the plan is to, of course, sack settlements such as Constantinople. Maybe we'll get involved a bit further down here into Egypt. I don't really know yet, but the main objective is to take Rome, and I'm quite confident we can do it. 3 stacks of armies. Alright, so this is our family here. We've of course got Genghis Khan and 2 of his sons, and we've got another 2 sons who are not yet of age. So yeah, if we lose our 3 generals, then that's the end of campaign. Right, where is Yerevan? Let's start the movement. Let's try and find this settlement here. Let's try and stay as one group, although the plan is to have this guy here. Is he the faction heir? No, he's not faction heir. He's going to explore a little bit more outside of the main group. So these 2 are going to stick together. This guy's going to try and find his own way around. That's the plan. So yeah, we've made our first movements. Of course, the first few turns as we make our way out of these mountains are going to be slow. This journey here is just to give, you know, the AI a little bit of time to build up the defences, for the diplomacy to kick in and all of that stuff. So, and here we are, we've found Yerevan. So put that under siege with one of our leaders soon. Next turn, I think, and we're at war with the Turks. So we'll put this under siege here. Sadly, our archers are going to have to carry the rams, but we should be fine. And let's bring in some reinforcements as well. Do I want to bring these reinforcements actually into the battle? Nah, I think this army should be good enough. Ah, a gift from the council, 1,000 florins. Yeah, I'll have to contact Arazeth to probably try and fix that, but too late now. Yeah, forgot about missions. Alright, come on Genghis Khan, let's go. What are we up against? Oh, these don't stand a chance. We're gonna wipe the floor with those. Soldiers, the settlement of Yerevan stands before us. Let us give these Turks a true Mongol welcome. Treat them the same as we would with all other empires. Show no mercy. Rain your arrows of death. Oh, this is so beautiful. All these arrows coming in. They never stood a chance. Are they going to try and come out and charge at us? It looks like that was the plan for a bit. Right, pull the archers to there just in case. Ah, look at them flee. They flee from the walls back to the plaza. Shoot them in the back, soldiers. Shoot them as they run. Oh, just look at the range these archers have. prefer these up here on the high ground. Are they trying to come back to the main gate? I hope not. That means they'll activate the towers again. Right, looks like they're coming back. Alright, send in the light cavalry. They're charging out. Let's try and kill this general. Right there, he's fled, he's fled.
Attack and drive his men to the ground.
Get back over there. Right, we have lost about 4% of our own troops, but we've killed 71% of theirs. I'm still counting. Not every single battle will be fought like this, by the way. It's just, you know, because of the sieges, we don't have actual infantry to take these settlements yet. So it's... yes, we're going to have to use our archers quite a bit, but once we're on the field, the open field, then we'll be using our melee cavalry a little bit more. Okay, now let's finish the job. Kill the general. Right, good. General dead.
Now his men will fear us.
I'm in charge in for them. Finish them off. End it now. And there we go. Victory. Well done, soldiers. Well done. Right, sack the settlement and move on. The great Mongol Horde has its first taste of blood. However, that taste has only made them hungry for more. The Turks had not heard from Yerevan for a while, and so they sent a small task force to come see what the problem was. They had no idea of the oncoming horde of Mongols. The great leader Genghis Khan sadly passed away. Subutai Khan took his place. Right, it's time to kill these Turks, get them out of the way with. We've surrounded the Turks, and now we charge in to finish them off. Good job, soldiers, good job. Right, take down the archers. Right, they do have some spearmen there, which could be annoying. We've got to break them quickly. Right, good. Instant break. And there we go. Easy win. They never stood a chance. Well done, soldiers, well done. As the Mongols approached the Mediterranean, word began to spread of this brutal horde from the east. Merchants who had been trading with the east were the first to report of this horde. It soon spread to the Holy Land, and from there knowledge spread into Rome and outwards across Europe. By the time the Mongols reached the Mediterranean, the whole of Europe knew of their coming doom. The Great Horde put the Turkish capital, Caesarea, under siege. Meanwhile, the other Mongolian army ventured south, looking for this so-called Land of God they had heard of. Their intention was to burn it. The siege of Caesarea began. The Turkish prince Mustafa was put in command of the defences. His death would become one of many. Soldiers. These Turks call themselves horse masters. Their fighting style is like ours, and yet they cower behind such massive stone walls. Bring it down, no matter what cost. Okay, come on, soldiers. Them being on the towers is going to be a little bit annoying. As long as our battering ram can get there, though, and we can break through, then we'll probably just rush the plaza with our cavalry. That might be best. Right. Hopefully they fire at our missile cavalry rather than the battering ram. This battering ram needs to get through. Otherwise we're doomed. I sent the wrong battering ram, no. Right, don't go up there, they're just archers, don't go up. But these ones they might be able to open the gate. Right, the gate is open. Now, charge the cavalry through. Finish them here. Right, pull the missile troops back.
The enemy have been driven from their walls. Our path to victory will be paved in the
Right, and straight for the plaza. Kill their faction leader. Faction heir, sorry. Right, whilst their main troops are on the walls. Right, they're trying to get round. We've got light infantry there, that's just peasants, and their archers are there. Just get them off the walls, and then our cavalry should be able to finish them off. Get them in the back, and I want one of you to go backwards. Yeah, get the archers. Kill the faction heir, come on soldiers. Right, where are the peasants? Right, they're about to come off the walls. Oh, come on, kill the archers. Come on soldiers, why don't you know how to kill? You're meant to be Mongols. Ah, whatever. Right, is this almost done? We've still got a few peasants left. It's been, because of these walls, it's making all the pathfinding really awkward. We're not really killing the enemy. They're more just staring at them. Right, the Turkish general's dead, good. Ah, finally we broke the archers. And there we go, victory, just end the battle. Well done soldiers, well done. We lost a few soldiers there, a few more than I would have wanted, but it was a fortress, you know, we're bound to take a few losses. Right, sack the settlement, good, we kill a lot of people, get a bit of money out of that, and it pushes us forward, so where to next? Yeah, I want to try and get to Byzantium. What is the fastest route? So that's advising to go north. It's only by a little bit. We'll go south. We'll go south. Keep this army a little bit behind. The Great Khan arrived at a fort named Accra. The inhabitants were terrified of this massive Mongol army that had arrived on their doorstep. They instantly pointed the way to Jerusalem for the Great Khan, and so he turned his attention down south to this kingdom of God that he had heard of, and there he saw it, Jerusalem, a rich city, the walls already damaged, and the Mongols were here to sack it. The people of this land expected the one they called God to save them. The Mongol Khan laughed at this. His decision was to make their death slow. Across the next few years he would starve them out. Of course he wanted the blood for himself, but he was willing to wait all those years just to see them suffer further as their faith crumbles. The Turkish faction leader was hiding in the new capital, Iconium. The Mongol army passed. They had their eyes set on greater prizes. The Turks to them were not worth it. They'd walked over them so many times already. They didn't see these Turks as being worth the blood. Ah, my bad. I got the faction leader wrong. That's the faction heir. This is the faction leader. So it's actually Khan Jeb. Right, that was my bad. Okay, so I'm looking at this now, and yeah, we'll fight the Turks. Yeah, so let's make a push on him. Yeah, we'll wipe him off the map, and I'm thinking of avoiding that Byzantine army there. Okay, so this should be just another easy fight. Let's get our missile troops. Oh, they started all the way up there, that's so annoying. I can't be bothered doing that. Oh well. I can't imagine our missile units being put to too much good use, so I'll just send in my normal cavalry. Right, walk so that you don't get too tired. What do they have? A lot of spearmen and some cavalry. Right, yep, we got the missile cavalry, good. Try and get up this hill. And then... Right, we killed the general, we got a little bit of a flank on them. If this moves out, oh yeah, instant win, instant win. Okay, let's just clean up the mess then. And yeah, well done soldiers, well done. We didn't lose too many troops. Maybe the spearmen got a few kills, but yeah, it was mostly an instant break, which is good. That's what it... We've got a lot of dread on our armies, and that helps us out quite a bit. Yep, execute them. And continue marching. The Mongols had heard great stories of this empire called Rome on their way. However, more stories began to emerge as they approached the city called Constantinople. They learnt that they were not the first group of nomads to make it to this land. This, they discovered, was the remnants of the Roman Empire. Only its remnants, not the actual empire itself. The Great Khan believed that the city of Rome, for all its riches, was now a worthless ruin. Still, he had come this far, through the steppes, the mountains, and the deserts. He was not to stop now. The Great Khan continued his journey, and intended to destroy the Byzantine Empire. A traitor to our people. Subutai has deserted the Mongols. After starving out the settlement of Jerusalem, he heard countless stories of this one they called God. He began to question his entire journey and all those millions he had sentenced to death to build a nomadic empire of chaos. The words got to him, and he abandoned his troops. Their general abandoned them. Some troops joined, some did not. Some may have returned home. The Great Khan was furious. He vowed his revenge on Christianity, and once he heard that it had spread through all of Europe, he intended it all to burn. Starting with Byzantium, and then moving on into Rome. War was declared on the Byzantines, and they put Nicaea under siege. The city of Nicaea was sacked like the rest of them. He had set his eyes on Constantinople, but could not make it through. The mountains in the north blocked him off, and the Byzantines had set up a large army on the bridge. Instead, he went the other way round. He went south. His troops intended to go across the other crossing and attack Constantinople from the European side. The Great Khan will then make his way into Greece and probably board a ship across to get to southern Italy. Slowly, he will make his way up into Rome. And there we are, at the end of part 1. I hope you've enjoyed this Mongol Horde campaign. It's a little bit weird. I know that because, there's some clear bugs, some things that don't work right. For example, sadly he did deserters, which I found very annoying. It's only like version 1. It's not. I don't even think it's been test played yet. So this is sort of a test play as well. So yeah, there's of course going to be a few problems at times. One thing, of course, these people, they don't actually come of age. Or maybe it's 21 the Mongols do it, I don't know, but they're both over 18 now and they haven't joined the army. I'm thinking that's something to do because we don't have a settlement, we're just a horde faction, so that's messing it up a little bit. That's my guess. So yeah, that's unfortunate. So yeah, those are just a few problems with it. But apart from that, it is fun to play. I think it will be made downloadable when part 2 is uploaded. Yeah, about part 2. In part 2, I'll mention whether it's downloadable or not, and yeah, it should be linked in the description. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next one. Please do subscribe for more. And yeah, it's quite an interesting series. Thank you to Arazeth for the mod, which allows us to play as the Mongols. I hope you've liked the little theme I've gone for here. It wasn't actually meant to go for that. I just started doing it, and I kind of liked that theme. So yeah, it is me just playing the game, but also at times it goes into a bit of a story mode as well, and it's going like back and forth between the two. Maybe it's a little bit too much. I'll have to see what it's like when I edit it. I don't really know how it will turn out, but I hope you've enjoyed, and goodbye.